All right. We're on the side of the road, right within eyeshot of mile 55. It's Saturday, January 2nd, 10:27 a.m. And we're taking a quick break. And to make it longer without feeling like we have to rush, we're going to make a clip. Because then at least it was extra productive.
Yeah. We have a lot to cover, too. It was an eventful night.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, a classic, almost worst case scenario. Still could have been worse, but wasn't great. But wasn't bad either. So we were hanging out on the bleachers for a bit, and then started to go over to a dugout where we were going to camp. And I went and filled up my water bottles and met this guy named James, who had a little dog named Emma. And I thought he might be ECT hiking because he had what looked like a ULA pack that was like really packed down pretty well. And he was on his phone, and he had the consternation look of someone who was like planning logistics, but it turns out he was just watching a movie and was just a homeless dude from Colorado.
But he was nice.
He was nice, yeah. Shout out to James. I hope we didn't disturb his sleep last night with the things that happened to us. But we probably hung out with James just briefly, maybe 15 minutes or so, but went pretty deep pretty quick.
But he also warned us about the park security and the police presence that is very common there. Apparently Marathon Island is the epicenter for the homeless population of the Keys.
Yeah.
And they don't like that.
Yeah.
They want to get them out.
The combination of obviously tropical environment, and then there's also no open container laws. I guess it's sort of a place where people congregate who are homeless, but we really didn't see a ton of people.
Not last night or yesterday. I feel like this morning we definitely had some.
Yeah.
We were in their area.
I feel like they must be better at hiding than we are.
Yeah. So we stayed up until...
I think you have ants all over your headphones.
Ew.
Are you in an ant pile? Do you see that? That's weird.
It's weird.
Some good salt and ear juice.
Ew.
It's like a Chet move. Technical difficulties. I don't think that those headphones will last. They've gone through the ringer already, and I feel like there's more to come. Alright. That's weird how fast they got here.
That makes me feel really grossed out, though. I don't want to put these in my ears.
Not just yet. With some small ants. So, anyway, after we talked to James and everything, we actually switched our location to another dugout that was a little farther away that was already closed with the gate and locked.
Or so we thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know why that. So, around, close to 10, one of the park caretakers came by, and I thought that we were as stealthy as we could be, but he definitely saw us and came over, and he was like, "What's going on over here?" And we explained that we're hikers and that we were just going to stay there for the night and we'd be gone in the next morning, and he probably wouldn't even see us. And so he didn't really say
He definitely
anything.
Wasn't happy.
But he also didn't make us leave.
Right. All he said was the gates will be locked and the bathrooms will be closed in the morning.
And I won't let you out.
Yeah. He definitely was not trying to help us in any way, but he also didn't make us leave.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, I guess we're good. We can fall asleep peacefully.
He literally just did his job, which was to lock the gates. And, didn't really do anything beyond the call of duty there. And so we both thought, okay, well, that's probably, if he's not going to go call the cops right now and the gates are all locked, then maybe that just means we won't be disturbed and we'll figure out a way to get out of here tomorrow morning.
And it wasn't hard. It was a baseball field, so it had the big cage around the batting area and then low fences everywhere else. So we could easily have jumped the fences at any point, which is what we did this morning.
I actually went out the normal way. But yeah.
So then we went to sleep.
And it was good sleep for
a
few hours.
Until midnight exactly, when a cop came over
and we had to go
his suite, and he talked to us and wasn't happy, and
yeah, he wasn't happy. We've gone through that whole process many times now.
Yeah.
You give him your ID. Thankfully, he used our driver's license numbers and didn't have to do that whole stupid thing where he spells our name out to the dispatcher or whatever.
And we told him about the guy with the keys, that he locked us in and told us that I guess we would be okay enough.
Yeah.
He didn't believe that, so he tried to get in contact with the key holder of the park. Those are going to get ants. Which apparently hadn't been updated, so there was no one to contact about the keys.
Yeah.
And technically we were locked in, even though obviously there was an easy way out if he really forced us to leave. But
yeah, we explained what our plan was, and we explained that we were hiking and that we were transient going through. I think the fact that our IDs
we had valid,
out of state.
Oh yeah.
So we were definitely. He believed everything that we said, and he said that he was, not trying to be a jackass and trying to be reasonable. And he was like, well, I don't have a key. I can't get in touch with anyone with a key. If you guys want to get out and try your luck out somewhere else tonight, that's what I'd recommend. But, I'm not going to... You guys are locked in there, so I can't do anything. I think he was pretty frustrated, and I bet he's going to have a key the next time he patrols that thing. So I think he went back to his squad car and was like, I can't do my job if I don't have all the tools I need to do it. And so either I need to stop doing this patrol or we need to get what we need so that we can actually enforce what the laws are. But it was definitely...
He told us that. He told us all those things, like kind of proving that he was very displeased and we were definitely trespassing and that he could take legal action. But then at the end he said that thing where he was like, well, there's nothing I can do. Have a good night. Sorry to wake you up. And then he just left. So I was very confused. I couldn't really read him.
Yeah.
I was like, well, are we going to get a trespassing citation or are we okay? We just have to make sure that we don't get seen by anyone else at any point throughout the rest of the night. He
left it saying that he was going to continue trying to get a key. And if he wasn't able to get one, then whatever happened with us he didn't care.
Not his problem.
Yeah. And it just reminded me, I watched this TED Talk long ago. Steven Pinker was going over subliminal, things, people saying things without saying them.
Yeah.
And he uses this clip from this movie Fargo, where Steve Buscemi is trying to bribe a police officer because he's got a dead body in the back of his car. And so while he's giving him his license and registration, he puts a $100 bill in between those items.
Yeah.
And he just says, he passes it to him and he says, I was hoping we could take care of this in Fargo. And it's a subtle way of trying to bribe a police officer. And then Steve Pinker just goes through this whole thing about how, the cop's reaction to this implicit bribe and Steve Buscemi's reaction to the cop's reaction and all these things that happen. And that's kind of what happened to us last night. A lot more was said by what wasn't said, I think. But anyway, I stayed up for probably another 30 or 40 minutes just because it's always a little jarring to be awoken by a police officer.
Because there is no guarantee that the situation would turn out in a way that we wouldn't be fined or have legal action taken against us, because there are posted rules and we were violating them.
Yeah.
And we knew that, and he knew that, so I think we were very lucky.
Yeah. Yet again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we stayed.
Yeah, we did stay. And you woke up early this morning.
I woke up a lot. Obviously, it was not a good night of sleep after that.
Yeah, definitely fitful.
It's who else is going to come through?
Made me really happy that we didn't get bothered at all at the deer sanctuary, because that I think would have been worse.
Yeah. Because it was a national preserve.
And I think they would have made us leave.
Yeah.
But thankfully that all kind of worked out. I think New Year's Eve helped us just kind of go under the radar.
Yeah.
So you left before I did. I was still packing up, and the guy who was in charge of locking and unlocking the fences actually came by again. And when he came over to the fence that we were at, the only thing he said was, "Oh shit," And I said good morning to him just to try to, smooth some of those edges. He didn't say anything, but his demeanor, all he did was unlock the fence and immediately turn around and walk away. So he was pissed. So I was jealous that you got to avoid that interaction, because it definitely wasn't the best start to the day. But we were on the road. I kind
of felt it coming, and that's why I woke up so much. And I was up by 6, and I was like, we should probably get up. It's still dark.
Yeah.
We should take the cover of dark while we have it.
Yeah, and I slept till 6:40, and I was like, this is... You said that it's not worth...
a few extra minutes of sleep is not worth a trespassing citation.
And then I said, you're right, it's worth 2. Ba-dum-bump. But yeah, so we got out, started walking. We did 1.6 miles to the Publix that I went to last night. Used the bathroom, had a little breakfast. Some fucking crazy Latino guy came out, and he was just like yelling and saying all this weird, like very hard to understand Spanglish about... respecting yourself and respecting your mother.
Family is everything. We should get married and have kids.
Mm-hmm. Not yet. Do you have kids? Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
And then he gave us each a beer and opened it.
Yeah.
And he was like, for breakfast.
Yeah, I wasn't too pleased by that, but
no.
I felt like I had to at least take a couple sips, and it wasn't bad. Modelo's are nice, I guess, even at 8 in the morning.
I just threw it away when he wasn't looking. I was not about to.
I thought he was going to notice and get upset.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I was like, can we please leave?
Yeah. So we did leave. Marathon took forever to walk across. It wasn't the nicest walk either. It was just very developed and not industrial, but just like made for people in cars. And now we're stopped. We've done 6.8 miles. We're headed toward Fiesta Keys, roughly speaking. We have to do a little bit of research as to whether or not we can possibly get permission to camp there tonight, so that we don't have to worry about a similar situation with trespassing and stuff.
Which I think we should have as a rule for the rest of the Keys. Mm-hmm. Try to get permission, or unless it's like the wildlife refuge where it's obvious that we're in a secluded spot.
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'll be out of the Keys in 2.5 days.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if things will get better in terms of the road walk, but at least we have a future Airbnb to look forward to, which that's hard to even imagine. I'm thinking we'll do like a 0. I think that would be good. Homestead or Florida City, whichever seems better. They're right next to each other.
They're super close, yeah.
Florida City comes first, so if we wanted to do it sooner rather than later,
a shower would be nice.
A shower would be nice.
It's been rough.
Sleeping in a bed would be nice.
Yeah, getting good sleep.
Yeah, just undisturbed and unworried sleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, the road walk is rough. I don't remember if we were recording when we were talking about it, but neither one of us remember being this beat up on the Appalachian Trail on day 4. And, I mean, we're both... I mean, I think maybe I'm worse burnt than you are.
I think so, yeah. I mean, like, mine are okay. My burns, it's more of a rash. But it's not too bad. Definitely healed a lot last night. Mine's
bad enough to where I don't even want to look at it.
We both have our pants on today.
Yep, which is going to be our saving grace.
Yeah.
It's going to be another 20-plus mile day. And I guess we're about getting close to halfway. We'll stop at some restaurant that's supposed to open at 11. And they may or may not be able to satisfy our desire. But it'd be nice to have a little bit of a nicer stop, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit more reminiscent of the bike ride, perhaps.
We haven't eaten.
Here's a bike team, it looks like.
We haven't eaten at a restaurant at all.
No.
I don't think.
Mm-mm. No, we wanted to the first night, but they didn't have any food.
Yeah.
The Purple Porpoise Pub.
But yeah, it's crazy out here.
Living the dream.
It's not the best.
We found the skunk ape, so that was cool.
Lol.
But yeah, man, the day is only just beginning. Hi there. It's got a motor on it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lol.
But I guess that's all there is to say. A very strange sequence of the last 12 hours or so.
Yeah.
And not anywhere close to being done. So I'm sure there'll be more to report later.
Yep. For today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My phone just got chipped. Chipped by Chep. So,
Yeah, we
anything?
should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I think you keep saying that things will be better when we're actually on the trail, and I agree. This portion of the hike is a lot similar to, I think, our dissatisfaction that we had generally on the bike, how we were not really a part of nature, we were more so just a part of traffic. So there's nothing particularly enjoyable about the walk.
Not the walk or the camping experiences, because we are part of the homeless population that is unwanted and unwelcomed.
Yeah.
So.
Fun times.
Might get arrested out here.
Lol.
Might get injured.
Yeah.
But I guess that's true for any trail.
Did you feel like I talked to the police officer well last night?
Yeah. Yeah, well enough. I mean, like, I could always speak up and say something, but I was pretty mad. I was really not expecting us to be able to stay.
Yeah.
So I was looking around on my phone at Google Maps, and I was like, where the hell are we going to go? Like, there's nothing else here. We still have 7 hours before sunrise. It would really suck to start walking. It would be a terrible day.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yeah. I don't even know where that library was that James had mentioned.
No.
But whatever, it all worked out.
Yeah.
Once again.
And we're gone, thankfully.
Yeah, never to return.
Yeah.
This will probably be my last time in the Keys.
I mean, it's definitely leaving a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
Even like for vacationing too, like it's so overcrowded and it's just beach stuff.
Everyone's mad.
There's screaming kids everywhere. A bunch of old people.
Yeah.
Cars.
Yeah.
But
onward and upward.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all. Well, thanks for giving us a reason to stop. I guess we'll get back to you later.
Yeah.
Bye.